What's going on, everyone? So, obviously, Dallas fans, they're still in shambles. And rightfully so, right? You traded Luka for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a first-round pick, right? It's still crazy. And look, I'm a Laker fan, right? Everyone knows I'm a Laker guy. The fact that the Lakers were able to pull that off, I'm still, it's been days now at this point. I'm still, shell shocked. I'm still, feel like it's all a fever dream, man. It's crazy. At least until I start seeing him, not even the first game. First game's still going to feel like a fever dream. But, probably by game 5, I'll be like, okay, this is real, right? It's crazy. But this isn't about the Lakers. It's about Dallas, right? Dallas, they need to redeem themselves. They need to pull off some, I don't even know how you do that, right? You could do something crazy and I don't even know how you redeem yourself. But supposedly Dallas isn't done with the trade market. Dallas still plans to make other moves, still plans to make other trades, get other things done. What? Right? What trades are you making? What moves are you making? Right? There was a CBS report that said that they would trade Anthony Davis for Jimmy Butler. I don't know if that was a misspoke or what. It didn't sound like a misspoke because they repeated it 4 times. But, what's sad is that is something that after the 80 for Luka, that is something you could see the Mavericks actually doing. And it's just they just traded for Jimmy Butler when you could have probably just traded Luka for Jimmy Butler. But no, they're going to trade Luka to the Lakers just to then get Anthony Davis and then turn around and turn Anthony Davis into Jimmy Butler. And all they're going to get out of it is Jimmy Butler and Max Christie. All right, I shouldn't be laughing because, Dallas fans really are hurt. And I don't blame them, right? I get it. But in all seriousness, Dallas, what kind of moves do you make? Look, I made a video talking about how I think Dallas is going to be really good, right? Obviously, Lakers got Luka, so people are going to look at it and be like, this is the worst trade ever. Long term, yes. And just talent-wise, yes. But it's not like Dallas is a bunch of bums, right? Dallas is still going to be really good. Are they good enough to win a championship is the question, right? Can Anthony Davis and Kyrie, who have both kind of been number 2s, right? Can they both kind of collectively as 2s lead you to be an NBA contender? Possibly, right? They're going to be one of the best defensive teams in the league. Don't sleep on Kyrie and Anthony Davis as players. Anthony Davis is going to have a chip on his shoulder. He's going to have motivation, right? He's going to want to be good. He gets to play alongside Kyrie, right? So he still has another star. You still have your 2 stars. Yes, it's not, Luka and Kyrie, but, you got size. You're a completely different team, completely different look, right? Obviously, there are some, because you got a bunch of you got Clay for Luka. It's Clay makes a ton of sense alongside Luka, but Clay still makes sense, right? I think Marshall still makes sense, right? I don't think, a lot of people are looking at the team and are like, the team's redundant now because you traded Luka. I don't think so. Are there a couple areas that maybe are redundant? Sure, but I think the roster is still very deep, is still very talented, right? You get the right matchups, you get one of those great Kyrie runs. We've seen him just go off in the playoffs, right? We've seen him lead a team to the conference finals, right? In Boston, right? So again, it's just, I think that there's a lot of, I think because it was Luka, right? I think that's taken away from everything else, right? Again, I'm not saying Dallas is the best team in the NBA, watch out, strap in. No, but I do think that there is, and I said this in the video that I talked about Dallas, there is a version of Dallas that is hoisting the Larry O'Brien at the end of the season, right? They still want to make some moves. Could you make some key moves? Again, I don't really, what are those moves? Probably another self-creating scorer. If you could get, Sacramento just went and got Zach LaVine. Can you get a Malik Monk? right? I mean, it's probably not like the most ideal scenario, but he's a guy that can self-create and score, right? Because that's where I think a lot of people have the concerns, right? A lot of people have the fear of like this team was built around Luka because Luka was the one that just self-created it. He wasn't just creating for himself. He was creating for everybody. He was the engine, right? That you had the cars and you had the 4 tires and he was the car, right? Throw the tires on and let's go, right? I'll drive wherever you need to go. That to me is kind of what I look at, like with Luka. Now that you lost Luka, I think you need another, like Spencer Dinwiddie has shown the ability to kind of be your, a point guard, can play a point guard role. I think if you can you need a guy that can come in, self-create, and give you like 15 a night, right? Like, I think somebody like a Malik Monk could do that. 17 million, you could get that done. DeMar DeRozan, if DeMar DeRozan was willing to come off the bench, I would do it, but I don't think he'd come off the bench. And having a Kyrie, DeMar DeRozan backcourt is not ideal. Or even if you slot DeMar at the 3 or the 4, it's still not ideal. You need somebody like that. You need somebody that can come in, plug in, right? And you can just, like when Kyrie goes to the bench, you just give him the ball. He could just go be your bucket getter, right? You need somebody that can just come in and just cook, right? It doesn't even have to be anybody like crazy, right? That's why I think can you convince Sacramento, like, hey, dude, you got DeMar DeRozan, you got Zach LaVine. How many guys do you need, right? You have this redundancy, help each other out, right? And then I think you're in good shape because you have the wing, you have the defense, you have the size, right? You have the centers, you have the power forward now, and Anthony Davis. Like, you have everything you need, right? Spencer Dinwiddie can be that other playmaking point guard, right? At times he can kind of self-create, but he can be a little inconsistent on the offensive side. So if you can find just that consistent score, and again, it doesn't have to be a star, superstar, or anything, just that consistent, like I said, 15-point-a-game guy that can self-create, just go get you buckets, right? And you're good, right? Can you get even like a Colin Sexton, right? Somebody like that. Bring in like a Colin Sexton and let him kind of operate as your backup, right? And just be a bucket getter out there. Kyrie goes to the bench, boom, here you go. It's your show, and he just can create and do all that stuff, right? Like something like that. If you could pull something like that off, I think that they'd be in good shape. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Phil, what are your thoughts? What do you make of Dallas and Dallas' situation? What do you think that they should do next as far as trades go? What kind of trades do you want to see them pull off? What kind of trades do you want to see them do? Do you think that there's any way to kind of get them over the hump? Do you agree with the self-creating player? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it either way, so let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps a lot. It's me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.